The abrupt ending. I got to fix that. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Matt and Matt Show. This is episode number 4, presented by the Lazy Lab Hunting Club. What's up, Matt? We're doing a little Two Truths and a Lie is the title of the episode today, and I just got to tell you real quick before we get started, I want people to go and subscribe, hit that little bell so you get updates when we drop new content. But definitely hit the subscribe button. Tell all your friends about it. A lot of good stuff going on with Lazy Lab Hunting Club. Now, we're at episode 4, and there's been some happenings going on in the Lazy Lab Hunting Club. There's a lot of stuff always in the works, and so the whole point of the Matt and Matt Show is basically give people a little update, give them a little taste of what's going on. And who better to do that for us than El Presidente, Matt Mitchelson, the co-founder of Lazy Lab Hunting Club, and someone who is constantly working on behalf of the nonprofit. So, Matt, welcome back to the show, number 4, and just wanted to kind of see how you're doing, man.
Doing well, buddy. I appreciate you letting me be on this show with you, and you're absolutely right. We have got some incredible things going on this month. We've got incredible opportunities next month, and I know everybody who has subscribed to the show and who I've had the opportunity to speak to the last couple of weeks. Everybody's excited about the fishing trip with the Cleveland Browns. Everybody is. So
it's gonna be good.
It's going to be so good.
Walleye is a gigantic freshwater fish. Holy smokes, like gigantic. I had no idea. And then I went on, because I'm not an angler. We talked about this before. I'm not an angler per se. I have gone fishing, but I'm not like skilled in the art of angling. And so I had to Google like walleye. I know the fish, I know the name, but then when I Googled it, I mean, holy smokes, that is one of the largest freshwater fish I've ever seen in my life. I'm used to pulling out those little, everyone else knows, like those little panfish or whatever they are, those little sunfish that you get out of the local pond around your house or whatever. No, that's not what you're getting with a walleye.
You got to get your muscles ready, buddy. Be ready to reel them in, and it'll be a great time on Lake Erie. Lake Erie is beautiful. Going to go out there on the boat with 3 of our heroes. I think both days they're all 6 of them are active duty Marine Corps recruiters out of Recruiting Station Cleveland, who you specifically will be with. So you'll be leading that charge, and it'll be a great time. So. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, very excited about it. I'm excited about the opportunity. Are you allowed to jump in and fight the fish? That's what I'm worried. Make it more of a fair fight. Maybe get in and actually finish the job in their territory, their turf.
Some of the Marines will probably jump in with their bare hands to try to wrestle the fish. They may not even need to use a fishing pole, a rod and reel. Like, why do we need that? We got these, So
we've got our
Marines
hands.
are tough like that. So
we've got crayons for bait. Yeah, that's to my Marine friends. Please don't throw me overboard when you watch this, and then we go fishing together. No, it's going to be very good. So talk to me about this partnership with the Cleveland Browns, because Steeler fan by nature and stuff, but the Cleveland Brown relationship, how did that come about?
It's a great question. People ask me that all the time. So as our viewers, our listeners know, I had the privilege of getting to play for the Naval Academy football team. I was just a backup quarterback, nothing special. But I'm part of the Navy Football Brotherhood. And so one of our brothers is special teams coach Mike Prefer. And so people know about him. He's done some great work at the collegiate level as well, now as being a coach in the NFL. And so I reached out to Mike and said, hey, this is what Lazy Lab is all about. I was wondering if you're interested in maybe helping us out. And he loved it. I think we probably spent a good hour in our first Zoom conversation just talking about faith, family, football, and really where I'm hoping we can direct Lazy Lab Hunting Club into the future. So he put me in touch with some of his colleagues there in the front office, as it were, with the Cleveland Browns, and they said, we'd love to do some fishing trips for local heroes, and it's blossomed from there. So I'm hoping, as our communication and as our relationship continues to grow and bloom, if you will, I'm hoping that this is an annual series of events on Lake Erie, and the charter that we're going through. I did all this research, tried to find the best fishing charter outfitter, if you will, there in the Cleveland area. And Midtown Fishing Charters always came up as number one. So shout out to our friends at Midtown Fishing Charters. They're helping us facilitate these. It's a total of 8 fishing trips for active duty Marines and veterans. And it's going to be a great time, Matt. It's going to be a blessing. And here's the thing, Matt, and everybody knows this. I don't care if you're Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Coast Guard, whatever. Recruiting duty sucks. Don't sugarcoat it. Recruiting duty is miserable. It's super hard, super time consuming. You're always on the go. A lot of hours. And so, what better way to provide a little R&R for some guys and gals who, really they're kind of getting their butts kicked every day because it's such a hard, arduous job. So, I'm very glad that we can facilitate this little bit of, reprieve for these folks. So,
it's awesome. No, it's awesome. And they're really, if you think about it, they're out there searching America for, the sons and daughters that are going to continue the great legacy of our United States military. So it is a difficult task when you think about less than 1% of the United States serves in the military. Think about finding less than 1% in your local communities and finding the people that fit that build that they're looking for. They have the right mindset, they have the right intellect, they have the right physical attributes to play this part that's so vital to the preservation of our freedoms. So it's a very important job, and at the same time, like you had said, it's a tough job. It's hard on the family. It's hard on the service member. It's difficult. It's a tough assignment to tackle, and it's one that is it really tests you. It tests your ability to be disciplined. It tests your ability to persevere. It tests your ability to take rejection and failure at levels that you're probably not used to in your military career. Recruiting duty is very, very, very challenging.
It is. It really is. And, the beauty about these men and women, typically they are the best of the best in their community, because the Marine Corps, for example, in this particular case, we need men and women to inspire the younger generation to come and serve and be that future defender of our nation, right? So again, you're taking someone who perhaps is deployed many times to Afghanistan, Iraq, maybe 7th Fleet, whatever that looks like, and they've succeeded. They've excelled in everything that the Marine Corps, the Navy, or the Army have asked them or has asked them to do. Yeah. And then to thrust them into this position where, they're there to inspire. They're there to say, hey, this is what I've done in my career. Come join us and see how you can serve your country. I tip my hat to them. I've never had to do recruiting duty. It just hasn't been in my pipeline in my almost 19 years now of being in the Navy. But I'm very thankful for those men and women who do it. So,
well, we need them, right? We need someone to keep pushing people in, and going into those tough conversations with the mothers and fathers of those recruits. That's the part that I would not want to do. When I was wearing the campaign hat and graduating flights, uh, of new airmen, and they would bring their mothers and their fathers up to see, where they've been living for basic training and how far they come and how they fold their stuff. That they want to show off like what they had to go through.
Hmm.
Much different reception from the family members there. They're like proud and glowing and beaming with all this, like, motivation and inspiration from their family member that just went through this thing and has signed up to serve their country. At the very onset of that journey, though, is a recruiter that had that, hey, I'm going to take that family member of yours and ship them to this location somewhere other than where they're from, where we're sitting right now, and they're going to go through this hard thing. So yeah, tough job, tough sell for the recruiter.
Is. It really is, and it's not just, the set of fishing trips that we're doing in partnership with the Cleveland Browns and Midtown Fishing Charters. We're also going to be facilitating some other fishing trips down in South Florida for some other Marines. We're also looking at facilitating some trips for the recruiters that have been isolated truly in Puerto Rico, who have not been able to come home since COVID and such. So we're going to do some good things for them as well. So looking forward to all that. We've got hunting trips coming up, Matt. We're going back to Premier Whitetail Retreat in September. So awesome. We're looking forward to working with them and serving.
That's a great place, by the way.
Oh,
I cannot wait.
Gorgeous.
So last, I got my first deer there. We did not have the same media setup as we have today. So I'm very excited to capture the media content at Premier. That just the lodge alone is amazing. They have such a good setup there. It's a great time, and beautiful landscape at that spot.
Yeah, they truly do. And, people have asked me, well, where do you see Lazy Lab Hunting Club going 10, 20 years, 30 years down the pipe? What's in store for Lazy Lab long term? Well, I can honestly tell you, with my conversations with Premier Whitetail Retreat, I love everything that they facilitate for their clients, obviously. But what I hope to do for us at Lazy Lab is build a similar setup like Premier for our disabled veterans, for our active duty, for their dependents, where they get to come for free. All of our trips, and this very well. And for our viewers and listeners, again, everything we do is at no cost. We provide these experiences, and that's what I want to do, is eventually get us to that point where here's this gorgeous facility where they can bring their families can participate as well, and they can be part of that outdoor therapy experience. And so, yeah, Premier Whitetail Retreat is, I think of them as the model for what I inspired to lead us to in the future. So, yeah.
It's a beautiful
Gorgeous.
place, and the folks there are super nice. I mean, golly, Delvey did a great job. In hosting that event last December. Just awesome time. Can't wait to go back. Can't wait to go see them again and year number 2. So what else is going on? What else we have coming up? We got the Premier Whitetails, but you got some future stuff that you're working on.
Well, we really do. And I guess one thing for our viewers and listeners, and for any leader of a nonprofit organization out there, or even a for-profit, and this might just be my opinion, Matt, so take it with a grain of salt, but I truly believe in servant leadership. That's what Lazy Lab Hunting Club is all about. How do we serve people? And I love leadership. Lincoln, one of my favorite books is Lincoln on Leadership, right?
Yep.
But anyways,
about it.
we have many a time. So one thing that I was able to facilitate, and I'm very proud and happy to share this, is that if you've never heard of the Sky Ranch Christian Retreats, look them up. They're originally Dallas based, but it is a Christian camp for families, for students, for young men and women to grow in their faith. And one thing that I'm very proud and very thankful to Sky Ranch and Miss Linda Polk is the CEO. Shout out to her and her staff. They do an incredible job. But one thing that's truly important as a leader is bringing your team together so that you build that bond, that camaraderie is there, so you can work better together, more effectively, more efficiently. So in June, the members, the families of the Lazy Lab Hunting Club will be attending the Horn Creek Military Family Camp, because the vast majority of our tactical staff, our board of directors are veterans and or active duty personnel. So this is going to be a great way for us to facilitate discussion about faith, about leadership, about how to continue what we're doing with Lazy Lab, but more so than anything, it's a time to spend as a family, connecting with each other, connecting with God, teaching your children about why we have the faith and why we believe in this idea of servant leadership, for example. So that's definitely something that I'm very excited to share with, what we're doing to build Lazy Lab Hunting Club and the leaders and those tactical staff that operate and facilitate all of these trips that we do for veterans, that we do for active duty. So that's probably the biggest story of the last 2 or 3 days. Something we're doing in that regard. So
something I'm really excited about is getting together in one location. For the audience, right? We're all over the place. I'm in New Jersey. We have folks in South Carolina. We have folks in Georgia. We have, folks out in California. We're everywhere. We're all over the place. And so we don't get a chance to meet face to face and do these things. So when you think about Lazy Lab, a lot of organizations are centrally located when it comes to nonprofits. And we do all of this, kind of globally, if you will. And it's a lot of correspondence over Zoom, a lot of correspondence over email, and working together to put together these events for veterans and their families. It takes a lot of coordination, and it takes a lot of teamwork and leadership from all parts of the world to get it to go. So I'm really excited about getting to Colorado and just hanging out as a team and growing, those relationships and those bonds that we've built digitally with so many people. So that's going to be a good time. Very excited. I'm also very excited for like the family aspect of it too, to be able to grow, in our faith as a family with my wife and kids. It's going to be a great time.
It really is. I can tell you that through my wife and my children's eyes, the experiences that we had during the last retreat that we attended, and I've told you this, Matt, I've told DJ and Chris all this stuff, but my eldest son, Ryder, he came up to me, and I always get emotional. So for the viewers, for the listeners, Mr. Clint Bruce, shout out to him. He's part of the Navy Football Brotherhood. If you don't know Clint Bruce, look him up on LinkedIn or the internet or whatever. But every time I would speak to him about faith and family, I would always get emotional. I'm an emotional guy, Matt. You know that.
Yeah.
But my son came up to me and said, "Daddy, I get it.
Yeah.
I get what this faith is about. I get what why we pray and why you do what you do about." Serving others and why that's important. I get it now. And it was just, it was the best thing that could have happened, in my mind. So you look for those kind of praise reports. One thing you touched on, Matt, was this global network that Lazy Lab Hunting Club really is, so we're able to reach out and help people in Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, California. We're all over the place from a continental United States perspective. But I'm very happy to tell you that, as of a few weeks ago, Ireland, we have people in Ireland now that want to partner with Lazy Lab. Mexico. I was on the phone the other day with a few new friends of ours, some old friends in Newfoundland. So we're going to do some trips for some wounded warriors, some disabled veterans up there in Canada. And now we're also looking at Mexico. So, or I'm not Mexico, excuse me, Alaska. So, we're really branching out because, disabled veterans, active duty folks, they're everywhere,
Everywhere.
not just here in the States, but also abroad. So, and they don't get a lot of love. So let's show them love. Let's
Let's
go
give them
ahead
some
and do
love.
it.
Let's serve
Give
them
them some love. Yep. So yeah,
amazing
so good
stuff.
stuff.
I'm excited. It really is something special that's going on with this organization, and it's cool to be a part of it, and to help grow it and get the word out through the show, through the podcast shows, the live shows, the media content that we put together, little episodes that we have coming up that we're going to be pumping out from our events. We have one that we're producing right now that has to do with the hunt that took place in Paso Robles with Jason Pacheco, where we're Bitterwater Outfitters. We had talked about this in a previous show, so I'm not going to belabor it too much. But there's just so many ways that we're trying to spread the word about this organization. We need your help. So if you're watching this right now, tell a friend about it and get them to subscribe. That helps us get the word out, and hopefully we get that grassroots growth that every organization that's doing a good thing is trying to get going, right? So help us out, help Lazy Lab be part of that. Now, getting to the fun, sort of the fun part of the show. We've done the updates. Let's get to the fun part. This episode is called Two Truths and a Lie. If you've never played this game, it's a pretty popular icebreaker, kind of gets the conversation juices flowing when you're in awkward social settings with groups of people that they need mashed up, for whatever event. This happens a lot. We do this at work all the time. What you'll have is a person, a guest speaker, some sort of head person that's going to tell you two truths about themselves and then a lie, and not in that order because that'd be easy to guess. But they're just going to tell you these three facts. One of the facts is going to be incorrect. Okay, so the idea here is you would guess which one's incorrect and take a poll of the audience, and then you get to reveal which one is the lie, and then you talk about the truths, and it gets the conversation going. So Matt and I are going to do that, and I'm going to see if I can guess his lie, and he's going to see if he can guess my lie, and we'll go from there. So Matt, having lost the dad joke battle, I will let you go first. If you guys hadn't seen that, that's episode 3 of the Matt and Matt Show. Go check it out, where El Presidente lost in the dad joke battle. Just could not keep a straight face because my dad joke game was so strong. So
you were pretty good, Matt. You were pretty good.
They were both good. They were both extremely good dad jokes getting thrown around out there. So I'll let you go first. You tell me your two truths and a lie. Let's hear the three facts, and let me see how well I know El Presidente. I have a feeling I'm gonna get this wrong though.
I got to be honest with you. You probably know everything about me, buddy. I'm an open book. You know that. But I've got some facts, and
right,
so I'm ready to play. Here we go. All right. Fact number 1. I have hugged President Barack Obama. Fact number 2 is that I am a certified skydiver. Fact number 3, I love to smoke meats. Okay,
well, let's just eliminate the obvious one. You do love to smoke meats. You talk about smoking meat all the time. So we'll set that one aside because we know that one's true.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So now I got to figure out, have you hugged a president? And I have to figure out if you've skydived. And I don't know if I know anything about skydiving in you. To me, that feels like that's the lie. Because also I know you're a big fan of politics. You see that as an inroad to leadership. I can imagine you being in a situation where you may have met a president. So I don't think that you are a skydive instructor. And I think that's your lie.
That's correct, buddy. Yeah, you got the lie. So this goes to the conversation piece, right? So
it does. Yeah, let's hear it.
So when I was an enlisted guy, I loved going skydiving. In fact, we would go while we were stationed down in Charleston, and I love it. Been many a time. I'm not certified though, so that's the lie aspect. Yes, I love smoking meats and fish. That you're going to be able to sample a lot of that come October. So
I'm excited about that.
Hopefully, I don't let you down. And believe it or not, President Barack Obama was the speaker at our Naval Academy graduation back in 2009, and I walked up that ramp. I did the whole, bro handshake, and then I brought it in for a hug. And I was like, hey, how often do you get to hug the president of the United States? I don't care what your politics are or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm going to hug this guy. So
probably never.
Probably never
for most people. Yeah, I would say 99.9% of people probably never. So that's very cool. That makes sense that it would be like Naval Academy graduation, that those dots connect for me. So I think it's very hard to become a certified skydive instructor. I would imagine there's a lot of training that goes into that because you would also then be responsible for like tandem jumping with newbie people. And I would want that person to be very well trained.
Very much so. Maybe doing it as a living, not as like a side project or anything like that. But maybe going up every day, multiple jumps, multiple tandem jumps. As cool as that would be, I am not a certified skydiving instructor. So
now, if you combine the two, what if you tandem jumped with President Barack Obama?
Oh, that'd be so cool. That would be so cool. I think, and I've told this to many folks. I love learning about presidents and our founding fathers, and there's so much. As a politician, you can help so many people if you're doing it right. If you're if you're just in it for the money and promoting your own agenda, well, I don't think you're in politics for the right reasons. But I would love to have gone skydiving with Teddy Roosevelt or, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, obviously.
Teddy Roosevelt would have gone skydiving without the parachute.
He would have, and he would have landed very, very well on his feet. I mean,
that's right.
Gosh, what an incredible, manly president.
Maniac of a man. Yeah.
Maniac. Absolutely. All right, buddy, your turn. What's up? Let's see.
All right, here we go. Here are my 3 facts. Let's see what you know about me. I competed in 2 MMA bouts. I sold vacuums door to door. And my high score in bowling is a 279.
So I know that you're a competitive guy.
I am a competitive guy.
I know you love athletics. I know that you do jujitsu very frequently, and you love going to the gym and competing, 3-4 times a week. Mm-hmm. The vacuum door-to-door salesman piece. We have never spoken about our jobs prior to the military. However, I don't think, oh man, these are good, Matt. Oh my gosh. I got to tell you, I think that the lie is going to have to be the mixed martial arts bouts, because I think and I may be wrong on this, but in order to compete in these mixed martial arts amateur or professional bouts, you have to reach a certain level of certification and all that. So I think you did in fact get that high score in bowling, and you did sail vacuum cleaners door to door. So I think the lie is the 2 MMA bouts.
That's correct. That is correct.
Oh, there we go. You
did
need to tell
not.
us about, well, no, I need to know about the bowling score, and I need to know about the vacuum cleaner piece. You've never talked to me about that, buddy.
Oh man, so I'll start with the bowling score. I am a very competitive person. So where I do uh, jujitsu, I've boxed, I wrestled, I've done all these things in combat sports, but I've never, aside from some amateur boxing matches, I've never done like an MMA bout. That being said, I was a pitcher in baseball. I grew up with a grandfather who loved bowling. It was in a bowling league, and so from a very young age, I was bowling. And when I was like 19, I didn't have a lot going on, and I had hurt my arm in baseball, which meant I couldn't pitch anymore. So I dropped out of college, and this is going to lead into the vacuum cleaner thing here in a second. I dropped out of college, but I could still bowl, and it didn't hurt my shoulder. And so I got really into like bowling, and I bowled in a scratch men's league, which means there's no handicap. What your score was what your score was, and add any pins or anything. So I was on a scratch bowling team, bowled against other scratch bowlers, and everyone was very good. You had to have an average over 200 to be in this league, and it was head to head. So if you lost your matchup against your opponent, then you hurt your team. And so it was very, very competitive. Being left-handed, the lanes were favorable to me, and I threw a very nice down and in ball, and I came within one strike of a perfect game. Over bowled at 279. If you've never been in a bowling alley when someone's about to bowl a perfect game, it's a lot like if someone's about to throw a no-hitter in baseball, right? There's, people start to like, there's like rumblings about it after like the sixth inning, and then momentum builds up and people are talking more and more about it. Next thing you know, like if you look behind you, there's this crowd of people watching to see if you'll do it. And I choked. So I got
no.
I got a 279, but it was a clean game, and it was obviously it's a big accomplishment to get to bowl a 279. So yeah,
so I'm going to say this right now.
Story.
So I'm going to say this right now, buddy. When we go to this retreat, there is a bowling alley.
Oh boy!
And I'm going to put time aside so where we can go bowling, because I want to see you, throw the perfect score. How do you bowl the perfect score?
Bowl a perfect game. Yeah, bowl a perfect game.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I would need the equipment. I don't have the equipment anymore. So like I had like a ball that was drilled just for me, and I had like a spare ball in case, I left something as a ball that didn't have any hook in it. So, but I probably, if I had the equipment, I could still do it. I can spin a house ball and get a pretty good score. Yeah, at the time I had like a 205 average, which is pretty decent. It's not great. There's some guys in that league that were really top notch. But yeah, it's fun. But speaking of which, I didn't have a lot going on, right? So I was 19. I was a college dropout. I was trying to pay the bills. I didn't want to move back in with my folks. So, I was doing anything and everything to make rent, to pay my bills, to survive. And one of those things included selling Kirby vacuum cleaners. So basically, like if you've ever gone to like a minor league baseball game or any sporting event really, and they have you fill out these like, hey, fill out this card, you could win something, or, and then you get a phone call. It's what it is a lead generator. And so we would get these leads, and we would go like, these people had won a free carpet shampoo, right? So like you will come shampoo a room in your house. So you go and you shampoo, you like show up, and you get your Kirby, and the Kirby does the shampooing and vacuums and does all these great things. And oh, by the way, the vacuum cleaner costs $900 or whatever. So it's like you get done with the shampooing and you're talking about the machine while you're using it. You're like, isn't it great? Like it's got this feature and like, watch, I'm about to do this. And And you get to the end, you're like, so here's the deal. We shampooed the house for you. You could do the rest of your house if you had this vacuum. And then you go and you try to sell the vacuum. So that was just one of many jobs that I had. If we were to go into the whole story of Matt before he joined the military, I did end up at some point running into a wall of I cannot make money. And I don't have anywhere. I can't make rent. I can't pay my bills. And that wound up being like the story of how I was in my car for a couple months before I joined the military. So I was like kid that joined the Air Force. I didn't have anything but like what was on me and what was in this like backpack that I had. And that's what I joined the military with, was like $60 to my name and a backpack full of my belongings. And that was it.
Man.
So,
you know, I'm going to tell you a quick story about the whole falling for that vacuum cleaner door-to-door salesman trap. We were in Monterey. We were living, I was attending Naval Postgraduate School at the time, and we were living at Fort Ord, which Fort Ord used to be this massive, Army facility. It was, they used to call it the Fort Campbell of the West or something like that. Anyways, living there, and a gentleman knocks on our door and says, "Hey, I'm from," I think it was Kirby or whatever.
It was Kirby,
and
I'm sure, or Electrolux or something.
I'm sure. Well, he came in and he washed the carpet in the downstairs area there, the living room, and I was so impressed by it. Much to my wife's chagrin, I bought that entire system $700 later, and I was like, do I really need this? I mean, I must. I mean, we've got 2 dogs, we've got 2 babies, I definitely need this, right? Yeah.
Yes, you need this Kirby vacuum cleaner. It's made out of the same stuff that the spaceships are made out of. So it's very, it could save your life one day. You never know.
Save my life.
It could actually pull up some sort of dirt or grime that could have harmful biological implications that could get ingested as you breathe in, just sitting in your living room. I don't know. I'd never use that line, by the way. I'm just making that up now. I'm off my sales game a little bit now. It's been a little while, but I used to be all right at selling stuff.
I'd hire you, Matt. I'd hire you.
Well, there we go. Look, folks, that was 2 truths and a lie. Maybe, I don't know if we're just really good at reading each other, we know each other, and we're good listeners, or if we got to do a better job of coming up with our lies. I don't know which one we have to do there, El Presidente, but I thought that was good. It was a good little show. Until next time, folks, thank you so much. Please go check out the website, lazylabhc.org. Through the website, you can see all the things that we have going on. New shows and content are being posted on there as well. Relationships and events that we have going on. And on top of that, you can donate directly through the website. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm feeling generous, I like what these guys are doing at Lazy Lab Hunting Club, go throw a few dollars our way. 93 cents of every dollar goes directly back into the programs that we put on to take care of and host these wonderful hunting and fishing trips for our significantly wounded veterans. So please go check it out. Go to the website, lazylabhc.org, and donate, and of course, subscribe to the show. I appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you so much. Until the next Matt and Matt episode, stay safe and God bless.
God bless. Take care, Matt.